Hi everybody, it's your old pal Chuck, and I'm back with another Transformers Age of Extinction review. As you can see, today we'll be taking a look at the Target exclusive Age of Extinction, Optimus Prime, and Grimlock. Silver Knight Optimus Prime. Basically, Target's exclusive Age of Extinction line will be focusing around Optimus Prime as a Silver Knight. Right now, there's the 2-pack which I reviewed with Grimlock, and the deluxe Dark of the Moon Optimus Prime done in a chrome finish. This Constructbots set and a faded gray silvery version of the Smash and Change figure. That's all I know of thus far. Maybe they'll have something else down the line. Now, this is actually a very interesting set with some historical value to it. So let's take a look at the figures right now. Okay, before I begin the review proper, I just want to mention, in case you notice anything a little bit different, I recently upgraded my webcam, not my webcam software, my video editing software, just a bit. So if things look a little different, it's because of that. Nothing really too drastic, just trying out some new things and here and there, so let me know what you think. As you can see, the Constructbots set is the exact same build as the individual release of Grimlock and Dino Riders Optimus Prime. The only difference is they've been recolored. Optimus is, of course, done in that Silver Knight style. And I do want to mention that this isn't unpainted plastic. This isn't just like a flat gray. The gray has like a little bit of a texture to it, very silvery. There's also some lighter gray highlights here on the hood and down on the body, which we'll get into in robot mode. It also comes with a sword. Now we'll get more into the sword in robot mode and why I kind of like it and I kind of don't. Grimlock is the real story. Some of you might be wondering why Grimlock has this turquoise, blue, yellow, and black motif. Well, let's go back in time a bit to the early 90s. Hasbro was doing their Transformers Generation 2 line, which was a re-release of retooled Generation 1 toys with spring-loaded missile launchers, water cannons, and battle damage paint. One of the things that they were doing is releasing the various Dinobots in a multitude of different colors. This particular scheme, turquoise, yellow, black, was actually a possible design for that G2 Grimlock. It ultimately never saw release because I think the story was they figured they already did a blue Grimlock. There really was no point since the shades of color were close enough. But other than that, I think it looks really nice. It's a shame this is like a version we won't see in the movie because it'll be a very flat gray color. But yeah, it's a fantastic little build. I've built this set once already, and I enjoyed building it again. And the colors really do pop. So now let's take a look at Optimus Prime in robot mode and Grimlock in his T-Rex mode. And here's Grimlock and Prime in their robot mode and dinosaur mode respectively. Let's take a look at Optimus Prime real quick. And as you can see, here's my issue with the sword. I knew it sort of looked familiar. It's actually from the larger Optimus Prime Constructbots set that comes with the dinosaur armor. While it looks a little small with that figure, at least from what I've seen from photos, it looks incredibly big with the Dino Rider. So much so that if you take a look-see here, the sword is actually taller than the figure. I guess it's good. The sword is big in the film, but, I go back and forth. One thing interesting to mention is there are 3 different C-clips and 2 different post points, so you can have some fun with it. And of course, there is storage all over in robot mode. Blaster is the same. In terms of detail, As you can see, there is now some silver here on the chest, the red Autobot logo, and some very nice painted blue eyes. Again, I want to stress that this plastic is not flat. Grimlock, well, he's basically the same. Turquoise, yellow, the yellowish gold, black. No new coloring. It's, the dinosaur chomping gimmick still works very nicely, and one of the nicer gimmicks that they've had. And yeah, that's about it. I do notice that on occasion the balls can be a little looser in the joints. That can just be from a reuse of the mold, which is a QC issue and nothing you can really do about it. The Dino Rider figure is just as tight as the original release. So let's pause, and I'll give you my final thoughts. One of the interesting things to happen during a movie year is the amount of product that's released in a relatively short time. As a consumer, there's a lot of selection and variety for your dollar. Granted, a lot of it is repaints and re-releases of older figures. So really, what can I recommend? If you're looking for the pure movie experience, then I can recommend picking up the individual Grimlock and Dino Rider Optimus Prime set. If you're looking for something with a little more pizzazz and a little more value for the buck, go ahead and pick up the Target set, since it ends up coming out a little bit cheaper than buying the two figures individually. For me, I bought both just because I like building the Constructbots and I like the look. Keep in mind, this will not be the last time you'll see a Constructbots Grimlock and Optimus Prime paired together. The Dino Rider will be repainted again in what I consider a more G1 color scheme and re-released with a giant Grimlock Constructbots set that will have lights and sound and spring-loaded missiles. From what I can gather, that will be coming more towards the holiday season. So, I hope I've been able to help you make a decision about which Constructbot set to get. This is your old pal Chuck for Grimlock, Silver Knight Optimus Prime. We'll see you next time.